Good evening, Forest Lake Ranger fans, and welcome to the broadcast of the home opener here in 2023. Up in the booth, as always, Noah Casa alongside me.
I'm Joel Geist.
And Caleb Casa will be meeting us up here momentarily as soon as he is done down on the field for youth night tonight. We got all the Forest Lake youth teams down there showing support for the varsity team.
Support. This is a little bit more than support.
We got packed house tonight.
I almost had to
full-on packed house. Yeah, no, I parked at the district center. It was a walk to get here.
Yeah, I'm behind you.
All right, so after last week's game,
yeah,
we're 1-1 on the season.
Yep.
A huge second half victory for the Rangers, 21 unanswered in the third quarter.
Yeah, it was definitely a second team, a different team coming out in the second half.
Yes, which is, we touched on that last week. It's something we haven't seen in a long time with halftime adjustments out of Forest Lake.
Right. Well, I mean, last year we did do a lot of halftime adjustments that worked out well, but consistently now this team, you can pretty much say that they're going to come out and counter whatever was hampering them in the first half. They came out. Patzer had a great second half. The offense looked a lot more fluid. I would say, like they just had their mojo. They started to get their mojo off of a couple of big plays, and that defensive turnover they had.
Defensive score.
Yeah, defensive score. That really turned the tide of the game, and I'm just glad that we're here with you, and we got Paul, Jill, and the crew.
We got a whole crew this time. It's good to be back.
We're gonna have a top-notch broadcast again by great people up in the booth. Paul and Jill camera crew down on the field and up above.
I think Caleb's going to try and get a halftime interview with B-Scout, which
nice.
That'd be huge. But if not, we'll at least have Caleb up here to touch on some of the themes that we've had throughout his interviews. But I think we're going to take a quick second and get the anthem in here. We'll be right back.
To stand, remove your hats, and face the American flag during the singing of our national anthem. Please rise and join us now as our Forest Lake Pep Band, under the direction of Barry Zumwalt and Jacob Matheson, plays our Star-Spangled Banner.
All right, here we go. Game hasn't even started yet, and the booth is shaking from the student section. Place is rocking here on opening night. I can't express my love for high school football these past few years.
I mean, this new stadium, we packed the house here. It's, you know, a world-class facility for a high school. Our scoreboard's amazing. The lighting system is one of the best that I've seen in a high school field. The field is amazing. So yeah, I mean it's a great place for these kids to come out, play a hard game, and just a great sense of pride for the whole city.
All right, so it'd be Ernest Goodwin kicking it off for the Rangers to get the home part of the Forest Lake season underway. Kick is away. It'll be taken at about the 5 by Mounds View. Quick stop and change of direction. The Rangers will bottle them up at about the 21-yard line, and that's where the Mustangs will set up shop for 1st and 10.
Yeah, that was a great tackle coming around the edge of that big wedge that they had.
So this defense last week had a huge showing in that second half. They were a huge reason why Eastridge struggled so much coming out of halftime, and they just stalled drives out. And
I mean, we had a big push. We had a big push by our defensive ends, and Rendell coming up. Like, a lot of those guys might not have got the pressures on the defensive line, but they opened up holes for Rendell and the other linebackers to come in. And there it is, Howie Johnson, the sophomore.
Jack Bongard, I believe, on the carry. Might have gotten that number wrong. He was immediately wrapped up by a whole scrum of Rangers there and taken to the turf. Jacob Sampson starting at quarterback for the Mustangs tonight.
And the Mustangs are starting out 2-0, I believe. I believe they beat White Bear Lake last week.
Nice throw and catch here for Moundsview down the sideline. It'll be pushed out of bounds.
Brayson Johnson pushed him out.
At the 2016 schedule, where are we at here? So that's one thing that I feel like this Rangers defense has done a decent job of so far this season, is bottling up those big chunk yardage plays. But if we let Moundsview start getting those here right away in the first quarter, that's going to be a tough genie to put back in the bottle.
Yeah, there was no outside contain left out there. It looks like they ran a couple of crossers, which cleared out the corners from that side. And
handoff going left side there.
Nolan DeMonso on the stop.
You are correct. It does look like Moundsview is holding a 2-0 start to the season, beating Farmington in week 1 and White Bear last week, 16-6.
Check.
Caleb,
am I live?
Casa in the booth. Welcome back, buddy. We've missed you the past couple games.
It's good to be back.
Moundsview out of the shotgun. Sampson scans the defense. Takes the snap, handoff right side, and Rendell's there to wrap him up.
Wow. That's the Ranger wrecking crew all back there. We had Nate Schleif from the other side coming in, and Howie Johnson, Mark Rendell cleaning up, and a lot of disruption back there on that play.
3rd and long here. Obviously, you're looking for somewhat of an intermediate to deep pass here. We'll see if they decide to roll their quarterback out.
Here we go, big 3rd and 10. Mustangs with 4 receivers, drops to pass, pressure, sack!
Howie Johnson. We're going to be saying his name a lot in the next couple of years. This kid is a sophomore, started last year as a freshman, and man, he has worked out in the weight room. He has put on some muscle this year.
Talking to B-Scow over in the preseason, just saying how he thinks he's one of the best sophomores in the state, and I think his play speaks for itself.
I mean, I can't argue with that. I was talking about him all last year, and I couldn't wait to see him what he did over the summer.
Hoyland with the punt. Will be fair caught by the Rangers. Mitch Long receiving the punt, and the Rangers will set up at the 27-yard line, 1st and 10.
Pass rush is one of the most important things in football because, you know, if you have a good pass rush, your DBs don't have to be as good. And the Mounds View OCs are right next to us in a window, and you could just see after the play they were just shaking their heads. So, like, there's nothing you can really call that's going to stop that.
Right. I mean, they just get in there, cause so much disruption. No matter what kind of play, if you run an edge play, they're already in the backfield. You know, it's something that
Grell, handoff, Patzer, up the middle, breaking tackles, into the open field across the 40, 50, it's a foot race. He could be gone. 20, not going to catch him tonight. Touchdown, Rangers!
Man, big plays right off the get from Patzer, and that offensive line had the second level already covered once Patzer was through.
Well, you couldn't write a better script for Forest Lake coming into this game. First home game of the season. Force a 3-and-out. Well, it wasn't a 3-and-out. I think they got a first down.
They got one first down.
You know what I mean? Force a punt on the first drive, and then first play on offense, go down and score the ball on a big play. So it's huge.
Goodwin on to attempt the point after. Up and good. 7-0 Rangers. And that was a quick scoring drive. One play, almost 80 yards, a little under.
Yeah. You know, Patzer is one of the best backs that I've seen in the state right now, and everybody should be taking a look at him because that guy is just electric. He makes a lot of yards after contact. He gets those hard yards, and not only that, he's got the speed to break it once he gets through.
He's just padding stats now, but last week I was correct after consulting my spreadsheet. He did surpass Troy Plesky in career touchdowns at Forest Lake High School, and he surpassed Prince Iden as the school's leading ball carrier.
Big time.
In the history of the program. So he's got a bright senior season ahead of him here. Can pull away from those.
And, you know, the Rangers got some tough opponents this year. We kind of moved up in a class. But, you know, this Rangers team is definitely playing up to the competition level that they're facing.
Goodwin kicks off, taken at the 5 by the Mustangs. Will change the direction, a stumble. He'll fall forward down to about the 26-yard line. That's where the Mustangs will set up shop for their second drive of the night.
So here we go. I think the only really positive offense from Mounds View came from a pass early in their drive. So, and I think I can remember the past 2 years, Mounds View's been more of a passing spread type team. I know 2 years ago they came out and started like running the ball randomly, and it kind of surprised us, but we'll see. I think most of their success tonight's going to come from the pass.
Sampson out of the pistol, tries hard count. Rangers ain't falling for that. Changes up the play at the line. We got a false start on the Mustangs, and that'll back them up 5. They're only digging themselves a bigger hole here.
See, it was going to be a pass on the top of our screen. There's going to be a hitch route. Quick, nice and easy throw, especially for a high school quarterback to kind of get him in a rhythm, especially in a hostile environment.
That's what they burned us on the last play.
Give them confidence.
I'll tell you what, though, that Gunnar Johnson was getting a great jump all last series, and you know that's what's causing these false starts. They're trying to get going a little bit faster than the defense, but
handoff up the middle, stonewalled at the line. He might get 1 or 2. Ranger wrecking crew in on that tackle together, forcing a second and very long.
I think, like we talked about, Moundsview wants to pass it, but given the rush, they're not going to be able to really drop back and pass it. So a lot of it tonight's going to be really quick game, and there's an RPO there. That's a way to balance and kind of keep the linemen really, you don't want them to pin their ears back and really get after the quarterback. So that's one way, a couple ways to actually stop that from happening. So
lots of confusion down there for the Mustangs lining up on offense here. Play clock getting down there. Mustangs able to get the snap off. Passing, turns, throws one out to the running back along the sideline. Nobody there to cover that one. They're going to pick up a first down and an extra yard after that play.
So that's a lot like the last first down. They had some crossers coming out, some motion coming down, drop it out into the flat, and everybody was cleared out. The Rangers did a good job getting over there, but it is something that we might want to try and keep somebody at home a little bit on that outside.
Mustangs the 1st and 10, ball on the 39. Sampson takes a snap, drops to pass. Good rush by the Ranger D again. Tries a pump fake and he'll be pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 5.
Jackson Christensen on a force out.
So Caleb, when you getting pressure in your face like the Rangers have been getting on a quarterback like this so far, what does that do to the mental psyche of just trying to hang in there?
Well, the quarterbacks have an internal timer in their head, and it definitely makes it go quicker, and that can also lead to rush decisions, which credit to him. 2 plays ago, he had the patience to check it down and not throw it downfield.
Sampson breaks huddle. 4 receivers for the Mustangs. Take the snap, quick pass out on the right side. Rangers there to cover up that curl this time. Rendell trying to strip that ball out, but it's going to be a first down for the Mustangs, and the chains will move.
Yeah, the Rangers got to watch that. They had 3 wide receivers to this side last time, and we only had 2 DBs down there. If he could have got it off down to this side, I think that could have been a big gainer because there was nobody on that side.
Mustangs breaking huddle, coming back out for 1st and 10, just across in the Ranger territory. Nobody in the backfield for the Mustangs. Takes the snap, quick pitch out to the left. Rangers trying to fight off blocks, and they'll be taken down about 2 or 3 yards short of a first down. Ball will be on the 42.
TJ Waters and Brayson Johnson both on the stop there.
Student section getting into it now here on 2nd down.
Quads formation, love it.
It's one you don't see very often.
Rangers show blitz.
It's going to be a quick screen out to the outside. Gains a few and a first down for the Mustangs, but not as much yardage as I think they were thinking they were going to get off of that one with 2 DBs out to that side.
I mean, their goal was to get a first down on that play. Screens aren't meant to really be big hitters, so play caller called that, hoping he would get a first down, and I think he got what he wanted.
Well, their screen games are going to have to be almost their big hitters because they're not going to have time to throw it downfield.
Yeah, very true. Same formation. Mustangs dropped a throw. It's going to be a quick little hitch, about 4 yards off the ball. Quick gain of 4 for the Mustangs, 2nd down.
Reed Olson on the tackle there.
The boundary hitch you're going to see come out a lot from Mounds View here, and that's a very common high school pass because it's one of the most easy passes for a quarterback to complete. The last 2 plays we just saw were actually the same play, but the quarterback had the option to either look screen or look the hitch on the backside.
What do you think is going to happen first? A Ranger corner jump in the route or a stop and go burn in the steep?
I'll tell you after the game.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, we got 3 wide. Safety coming over to help.
Quick pitch option for the Mustangs. Out to that right side. They'll pick up 1, maybe 2. It'll be 3rd down. About 4. Longest 3rd down they've had on this drive so far, I believe. We'll see what the Ranger defense can do here.
That looked like Jackson Christensen made a good play on that boundary side, not playing the option, not really committing to either the quarterback or the running back, and it kind of stumped it here, forcing a 3rd and short.
Third down for the Mustangs. They go hard count. They get nobody.
Watch the screen. They know the outside backers are blitzing.
Mustangs take the snap.
Oh, there's a
Holding play on Howie.
Johnson.
Uncalled. And if they give him the first down, I'm going to be furious.
Yeah, I don't see any laundry on the field.
That is, it's going to be 4th and 1, but that was a blatant hold on Howie Johnson.
Now, what's going to be kind of interesting to see is Mounds View. I think they've accepted that our interior is better than their interior, so they've been doing a lot of passing, and when they've ran it outside. Now 4th and short here. Do they have the confidence to try to run it up the middle and just outpower us, or are they going to do little play action?
I don't know. I think Mark Rendell's got something to say about that if they try and go up the middle on this one.
I like our chances if they're going goal line.
Here we go. 4th and 1. Ball on the ground. And I don't believe they're going to get it. Best case scenario, it's Ranger ball. The only case scenario. First down Rangers, they didn't come close. Ball was on the ground, fumbled snap. And we'll see how the Ranger offense can come out and take advantage of that.
All right, let's look at this jump from Gunnar Johnson here. Oh, they jumped a little early too.
Looked like the center went early,
Yeah.
and that might have screwed up the snap. As a center, how important would you say it is that you snap the ball before you start getting out of your stance?
But think about it, it's hard. It's easier said than done on 4th and 1 when
absolutely.
you got 3 dogs just breathing down on your nose.
And that's what I was talking about Gunnar Johnson having a great jump to come off. Oh, that's a really hard spot for the center to be in, especially with a guy that low to the ground that has a great jump off the ball.
Patzer carries ahead, gain of 3 or 4, and that's what we've been seeing from him all season. Almost every time he touches the ball, it's 3-4 yards. It's been the workhorse thus far. Or 80. So we'll see what the Rangers do here on 2nd and medium. Out of the shotgun, 2 running backs and 2 receivers. Grell takes a snap. Option to the outside. Patzer secures the pitch. And I don't think he's going to gain a whole lot. 3 yards again on the play, and that'll set up 3rd down and 3? 3 or 4? 3rd down and 3.
We've seen 2 speed options come out from both teams now, and we've seen kind of tapes on how to play it well. You see them play the quarterback and have one person designated for the running back. That's how you do it.
Yeah, outside contain was great on that by the Mustangs there.
Grell making a move at the line there. Back in the pistol. Sends Cordy in motion. Handoff Cordy. Going left.
Looks like he can get.
He's going to get the first down. Tries to stop.
And that'll move the chains.
That'll move the chains. First down, Forest Lake. Timeout by the Mustangs. That'll be their first of the half.
It's a great job here by Patzer setting the edge. Getting a great block on the outside to get the first down. Not only can he run, he can also block.
And talking to Coach B-Scout before the season, he brought up athletes on the offense, and Sam Cordy was one of the people that he brought up with just wanting to get the ball in his hands somehow. And obviously receivers, usually you think of receiving the ball via pass from the quarterback, but in a way, as we get the call here, I don't know what it's going to be.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
So hopefully that's after the play, so we'll still have the first down as long as it is a dead ball penalty.
Yeah, it'll be a first down.
But like I was saying, kind of just making creative play calls to get your athletes the ball in space, and that's what you saw. On a 3rd and long, you would think that would be an obvious passing down, but you can draw creative ways to really make it not an obvious passing down.
Yeah, and when
that
we had
was
the
rough.
two backs, like this definitely backs us up here on the penalty.
So it must have been during the play somehow. Yikes.
I'm unsure what the
They gotta bring the
unsportsmanlike
chains
would have
back.
been on.
Yeah, it's
As long as it was a dead ball
if it's
after
dead
the
ball,
play.
it should have been first down and then back it up 15 yards, 1st and 10 from there.
So they are moving the chain. We're getting mixed
They
signals. from the
started moving
referees
them,
here.
and then they moved them back.
Yeah, okay. So they are moving them down.
There they go.
As we were talking on that last play, Cordy, second in rushing yards so far this season for the Rangers behind Leighton Patzer. Sizable margin between the two. Nevertheless, Cordy is second on the board, and we'll see what the Rangers do here on 1st and 10. Basically about where they started. Handoff Patzer up the middle. And this pile will be pushed by the Ranger offensive line. Gain of 3, 2 on the play.
One thing about last week versus week 1 is Garrell actually has a lot more ice in his veins on the outside.
Jarrell.
Or Jarrell. Okay,
Jarrell.
I'm sorry. We've
all
been
right.
pronouncing
That's all right.
that wrong
We've
for
been trying to get a pronunciation
a week.
on that one.
Well, I'm here to tell you it's Jarrell.
Jarrell.
Okay, well that's what you're here for, Caleb. Thank you very much.
I'm glad I can bring value to this booth.
Jarrell and the Rangers on 2nd down. Quick screen. Rangers get a seam down to the 40. That'll be a 1st down. Ethan Lashinsky on the reception. Trying to get the spot correct here.
Who, with the corners playing that far back, that was a great call by Coach B. Scout, just getting the playmakers the
Great.
ball.
And it was a good job by the wide receivers out there blocking. We
Oh
got another,
my. You're going to call holding on the block. Unbelievable.
B. Scout's not having it down there, as you can see on the bottom of your screen.
That was a fantastic block. He stayed in front of him, kept his hands inside. There was nothing holding about that block when we looked at it on the replay. It looks like they got Mitch Long on the outside there.
as opposed to the block to the hold on Howie Johnson, where he
Yeah,
basically
that wasn't
pulled
called.
his jersey off of his shoulder pads. Here's a look at it again.
So down here on the bottom side of your screen, you got 19. That's Mitch Long.
He did have his arms on the outside. a
And
little bit.
I think that's
Yeah.
where they got him after the
Yeah.
play was already gone. A little bit more questionable when I saw it there, but to not call Howie's.
Right. To call that one and not call Howie Johnson's is a little rough.
Pats are on the handoff inside, gain of 1. It's going to be 3rd and long here.
You know, the one thing going in the Rangers' favor there is it's a spot foul. And obviously when it happens at the line, it's like 2nd and 20, but since it was 10 yards downfield, we still have a 3rd and manageable here.
Right. I really think that we got to start running on the outside. Like we hit it up. We hit them up the middle on that first play for big gains. They seem to have a hard time on the outside, especially with the wide receivers out there blocking.
Here we go, 3rd and 10 for the Rangers. Jarrell drops to pass. Plenty of time. And now he is chased down and sacked. He had a good amount of time back there to try and make a pass, but
That's one of those things.
broke
where
down in a hurry.
That's one of those things where you're talking about that internal clock, and that one I don't believe he had it.
I think
Sorry.
Caleb got a kick out of that Jarrell throwing the ball and hitting his own guy in the head with the
Either did the ref. He just went right off the line. Oh, man. And that's quarter.
4th and 13. And they'll hold it. So, yeah, that'll be the end of the first quarter. I guess that is another thing you can look at with that drive, although it was riddled with penalties and will be giving them the ball back. The clock management aspect of taking a ton of time off the board, giving Mounds View less time to have possession.
I mean, if anybody watched the Vikings-Eagles game yesterday, you would know all about how important it is.
Time of possession.
The Vikings had like a third of the time of possession on offense as the Eagles did, and that was kind of the difference in the ball game. So,
Well, the difference in that ball game was 3 turnovers.
Oh, that too.
think about it.
3 turnovers.
The turnovers caused the time of possession.
Right.
It all
It's the chicken or the egg,
coincides.
sir. Chicken or the egg.
So we'll see how good the Rangers punt coverage is this week against Mounds View and their return men. They got 2 men deep. They got Peter Nigan and Tyler Nystrom back deep. Goodwin into punt for your Rangers. Good snap, punt. High spiral punt. Be taken right across the 50 and out of bounds, close to the 39 of the Rangers.
Jack Phil on the stop there.
That'll give Mounds View great starting field position for their 3rd offensive drive of the night.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see their punt formation. Normally you don't see 2 men deep, but 2 men deep on that. The other one faked like they were catching it, and one of the gunners kind of went over there, so it gave them some space. That's kind of why they do it. So it was interesting to see it actually work.
But it was also a great play by Namanto there. Won't show up in the stat sheet anywhere, but he basically froze and pushed him to the sidelines where he knew the Forest Lake Ranger gunner was coming up, which was Jack Phil. Made a great stop, got him out of bounds.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Ball on the 41 of the Rangers. Sampson out of the pistol. Sends a man in motion. Rangers bringing the house. Deep ball down the sideline. Back shoulder. Beautiful defense by the Rangers. That's TJ Waters on the coverage. Manned up and making a play on that ball, knocking it away. 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, he just chucked that one up, hoping and praying, because he knew he had no time to hang on to that ball any longer.
Waters Island over there. He had a good breakup last week as well. I believe coming into halftime.
Yeah.
Something like that.
False.
Illegal formation.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could tell the quarterback tried to motion the wrong receiver, so they were not lined up properly at all. But Rangers declined the penalty, forced a 2nd and 10. I want one of our corners on the boundary side, or number 6, I think that's Christensen.
Yep. Jackson Christensen.
I want him to jump one of those boundary hitch routes. Those are going to bug me.
That'd be fantastic. Moundsview, QB keeper to the left side. Stacked up at that point. Noah DeMatsu.
Making a big stop there on the outside. If he doesn't get him, then he's got a lot more yards to the edge.
3rd and 10. Mustangs having trouble this series. What do you think? Hitches?
I'll tell you after.
I don't know. I think they're going to come out with that 3 wide and try that screen.
It's 4-down territory here. They're kind of in no man's land, so expect maybe the screen or the hitch on the bottom of our screen.
There's that
like
3 wide
seen.
up top.
Mustangs take the snap. Sampson's going to roll out, throw across the field.
Doesn't look like he got to the sticks.
He's going to be a yard or 2 short. That'll bring up 4th and 2.
And this is going to be where we were at last time, where it looks like they're going to come out in their heavy package again.
Now, if I was Moundsview, I would not go to that heavy package. You're having success on the perimeter. You're gaining yardage. There's no reason to kind of bunch it up. You're playing to the strength of the Rangers. You want to play to your strengths.
I agree, but they're coming out in heavy.
We'll see if the fumbled snap on their last series
All right, Ranger Wrecking Crew.
plays into this one at all. 4th and 2 for the Mustangs. Sampson under center. Takes the snap, turns around, handoff, and the Ranger Wrecking Crew gets there.
Nothing doing.
They gave it to Joey Molstein.
Jackson Christensen, Rendell. Whole bunch of people came in on that one.
Met in the backfield and dropped. 1st and 10 Rangers.
You know, I could have told you that was going to be the result of the play before it even happened.
I believe you did.
I don't agree with, you know, sometimes it makes sense to, you know, pack everybody, you know, really close to the ball and just try to manhandle your way, but Moundsview isn't that physical of a team to do that.
I mean, and especially against the Ranger Wrecking Crew and our linebacker crew, we got DeMonso. He was on the bottom of the pile there and had him by the legs. You didn't even see it in real time because there were just so many guys out there.
Jarrell, speed option with Patzer. Quick pitch out. And he'll fight his way forward. Gain of 4, I want to say, on the play. I think he got a little farther than that, but nevertheless, we'll take the yardage.
Those speed options always feel like more yardage because the quarterback runs and then the pitch back is like 3 yards. So it looks like more than it actually is.
Well, I thought he stretched out along the sideline a little bit more than what they gave him credit for, but you don't have a ref standing right there right away. It kind of makes everything a little foggy. Handoff, Patzer up the middle. Gain of 4. 3rd and manageable now.
It's like 3rd and about 4.
What do you do here?
I'm gonna say the outside sweep. The outside sweep play that we ran to Sam Cordy.
If it's going to be a pass, look for Cole to be rolling left.
Oh, we're bringing the H back. Both sides, actually.
3rd and 3.
It's going to be.
Cole takes a snap, handoff outside Patzer, and he is stacked up, and he's going to take a loss of 1 or 2 on the play. Now it'll be 4th and 4, and the Rangers will punt.
You know, I didn't get a number on who did that stick, but that was quite impressive.
That was great pressure up the middle.
And that comes from linemen vacating. There was 2 pulling linemen on that, so they vacate their gaps and the linebackers shoot up, made a great play.
And that's one of the hardest things as a lineman when you got the guy next to you pulling and you have to take 2 steps over and reach without getting a hold. That's a really, really tough block to make.
Ooh. Rangers punt may have gotten a hand on it. Bounces down to the 35.
There was no hand
Mustangs
on that punt, my friend.
Yeah, I think
just an off punt.
I think he just saw the rush and got a little bit rushed and really kind of took his concentration off of the punt itself.
I saw the ball spinning very weird, so I thought he may have gotten a hand.
I can see why you said that, and you're also at a lower.
I got the window sill here, blocking that part of the play.
Understand, my friend.
Should just start watching on the TV and be a couple seconds late. Here we go.
I would have liked to seen that drive get at least a 1st down because the Ranger Wrecking Crew out there, they've been on the field a lot in the last 10 minutes. And
Sampson will tries to pass and takes a shot.
It's a good ball fake. It even faked me out up here in the booth a little bit.
Jackson Christensen lowering the shoulder.
Howie Johnson went for the running back on that fake, and I can see why he did it.
It's a great read there by the quarterback.
Just a good ball fake there.
If that would have been a handoff, Howie Johnson made a great play on that one.
Right. But, I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. He's the first guy there.
Yep.
You know. And I don't know, maybe the quarterback saw him and, you know, it was kind of one of those options that, like, hey, we can give it to you if it's there, but it definitely wasn't. Howie Johnson almost took that snap.
Sampson out of the pistol. Quick pitch. Rendell chasing him down from behind. Getting in there to start that one, and the rest of the Rangers, Jack Thill included, finishing him off. Big loss.
And that was what I was waiting for. Mark Rendell usually comes up with some huge plays, and this is a great blitz here. And a running back versus a linebacker, normally the running back has an advantage of evading the linebacker, but Rendell came in, and he was so deep, had great balance to make that tackle low.
DeMonso on that last one, excuse me. Jack Thill was in the area. Sampson, 3rd and 11 for the Mustangs. Take the snap, obviously looking to pass. Quick throw across. Little too high for Peter Nagayan.
Nguyen?
Nagayan? Win?
Let's just say the receiver.
The receiver, number 4. Couldn't get his hands on it. Incomplete. Now it's 4th and long, and we'll see what the Mustangs decide to do. It looks like now they're sending their punt team on, but for a second they were keeping the offense out.
I'd like to see the miss pass, but the quarterback put a little bit more air under that thing. Let the receiver go and get it. Would have been a huge play for Mounds View.
Yeah, Jack Thill kind of let him go, and I think that was kind of by design. But if he would have had some air under that, he definitely would have been a big gainer, and I think he would have been gone.
Timeout, Mounds View. That's their 2nd timeout to the half. I believe the Rangers still have all 3.
Now, Forest Lake is in really prime position in this game, getting the ball with 6 minutes left. Take some of that clock off, make it 14-0, and, you can either score with a little time or just enough time for Moundsview to make a mistake on offense and capitalize on that before the half. And I think we also get the ball.
We do. So it would be a huge deal if we could put points on the board before the end of the half and then take the ball back after the break.
I'd like to see a long, sustained drive. I mean, I'll take a big play if it happens, but, kind of wear them out before half, score, that'd be huge for us.
Mounds View now to punt it away. Rangers trying to bring pressure.
Blocked by Howie Johnson.
It's back.
Gunnar
to the
Johnson
6.
on there.
Gunnar falling forward. Oh, he's down at the 1.
Oh,
He's a hitter.
Rangers, just as we were talking, needing a big sustained drive, end up coming up with a huge turnover. Howie Johnson, I didn't know you could jump that high. Holy cow.
Look at Gunnar. He's got some.
Howie Johnson dunked on the up man to block that punt.
Gunnar with the jump bump with the coach, gets down there, picks it up. This is a lineman's dream right here.
You got to get in when you got the opportunity.
In, big fella.
Rough, come on, throw him a bone.
Come on.
Throw him a bone. Touchdown.
Oh.
He's never going to get the opportunity in his life to score another varsity touchdown.
He'll tell his kids he got in. All right.
I don't blame him.
1st down from the 1-yard line. Rangers got to score.
Man, what a block by Howie Johnson, though. He just went airborne over that guy.
You should make the Jumpman logo of
Michael Jordan dunk on the up man for that punt block.
We don't have wingspan on Howie Johnson. but
Maximum.
But
here we go from the 1. Cole under center. Takes the snap, handoff, touchdown. Leighton Patzer adding to the record.
Untouched. Great job by the O-line there, just making a huge hole in a heavy package, and Patzer goes in untouched.
Triple option there. You see this from the Rangers a lot. I don't know if we're going to get a replay of it, but you can see the DN go upfield, and as soon as he takes 1 or 2 steps upfield, that tells Cole just to give that to Leighton. That's untouched in the end zone for the Rangers.
Here's the block again. Howie Johnson.
Oof. Just right over the top hurdle. Wow, what a play.
That is a big man coming down on himself.
Yeah, and not only that, but every one of the Ranger wrecking crew was down there. You had Gunnar Johnson, Nate Schleif, and Howie Johnson all right in the area. Great rush.
extra point is up and good for the Rangers, and we got 14-0. And Caleb, like you said, enough time for Mounds View to make another mistake before halftime.
Hey,
I'm getting told that it's Leighton's 18th birthday. Did you guys already touch on that?
I did not.
we did not.
Happy birthday, Leighton Patzer. 2 touchdowns
got-
on the night.
2 of them will go with his birthday, so consider that a pretty good birthday present right there.
Yeah, how about that? Coming out on your birthday, your first rush, and bam, 80 yards.
You get to carry the flag out.
Yeah, get to carry the flag out. It's a big night. Big night on
Big
your
night
18th
for old
birthday.
Leighton Patzer. All right, Rangers ready to kick it off. I haven't heard with the touchdowns. Is it still Who Let the Dogs Out, or have we finally changed that song?
I hope we've changed it.
I haven't noticed.
I really hope so.
We got an A1 lighting system around here and sound system, and we were still playing songs that had no business being played last year. Good win to kick for the Rangers.
And overran deep, and that'll go for a touchdown.
That'll go through the end zone. Moundsview will set up at the 20. Like Caleb said, plenty of time for them to make another mistake before half.
All I gotta say is, after those 3 on the inside defensive line showed up on that punt block, they are keyed up for this series.
Well, you think Howie Johnson is not down there ready to rip somebody's head off?
That's
right
what
now
I'm
in this
saying.
series?
They are keyed up.
I'm agreeing with you. Here we go. Let the dogs loose.
Nate Schleif felt a little slighted on this. I'm looking for big things from Nate Schleif, number 88 on the other side this series.
Who let the dogs out? Howie Johnson let the dogs out. Moundsview out of the shotgun, takes the snap. QB keeper up the middle. Howie wrapping him up from behind and bringing him down.
That
was Mark Rendell.
Mark Rendell.
One of those two. Usually who's making the tackles. 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs. And we'll see if they decide to try and get a long, sustained drive and kill as much time as they can before half, or score and cut this lead to a 1-score lead. Sampson takes a snap, drops to pass, throws outside. And there's that hitch at the sticks again. First down for the Mustangs.
Such an effective play. I think every high school would be a fool not to have it in their playbook.
Absolutely. It's a hard one to defend, because when you clear out, then you got the...
Well, DBs are told never get beat behind them, never get beat behind them, so they're always playing the fade.
Yep.
And if a receiver runs that route right, he's going to cut it off. And unless that outside backer doesn't get under it, it's like taking candy from a baby.
Well, and that's part of the thing. Like a lot of times our linebackers are given pressure. So, that underneath backer is not there because we are running so much pressure so many times.
Another thing I'm noticing about how they're kind of navigating around Howie Johnson, you can see you can't block him, so just try to read him, and whichever one he goes to, do the other. That's
right.
Another way you can get away from, a stud on the other side of the ball, and that's what you see Moundsview doing tonight.
2nd and 6 for the Mustangs. Trying to put a drive together before half. Drops to pass. Another hitch. Rangers there to meet him this time. Finished off by Rendell. Gain of a few, and that's going to be a 3rd down situation again here for the Mustangs. They faced a few of these tonight, and 3rd downs they've done decent. 4th downs is where they've struggled.
I mean, keep getting in goal line on 4th downs, please. You're helping us all.
Run it right into the teeth of our defense.
They're down. Although in high school you'd think this would be a running down. Oh,
here we go. Heavy package again.
Prove me wrong, Moundsview.
3rd and 2. Rangers bring pressure, and he's stonewalled again. You can't run it up the middle on us. When are they going to learn?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is you can't run it up the middle when you have nobody on the outside.
Yeah.
Like if you have somebody on the outside to at least, do a play action, do something to make it so everybody's not just going.
Fourth and short, I think they'd be stupid not to run the same play.
I think they should go goal line.
Run it again!
It's worked for them all night, and here they come in the same formation.
You know, if they have a play action pass off this.
Yeah, that's the only way I can think of this going. Or a hard count. 4th and 2. Moundsview tries the hard count twice, and they'll use the last timeout that they got.
The Rangers just did something that the Vikings defense couldn't do last night.
Play disciplined football.
Yeah.
And credit goes to the coaching on that.
Absolutely. And also, like, the other thing is like the defensive line is so keyed up right now. They've been making big plays, big stops, tackles for losses, punt blocks. They're trying to pin their ears back and go, and that's a tough one to just sit there. So credit to the Ranger wrecking crew there for not hopping off sides.
If they don't run a hitch on this play, they've been gaining yards all night on that. So I would go back to that, or run a stop and go here and try to hit a big hitter. But
it's like a little
they're straying away
here on the formation.
Here we go, 4th and 2. Moundsview out of the shotgun, trying to convert. They go hard count again. And now they're going to be backed up. False start, Moundsview, and that'll back them up 5, and they'll have to retry 4th down. Now, do they go for it or punt?
I would say you punt now. It's only 14-0.
I would also agree with that.
You pretty much have to punt there. And that's another thing. With all of that pressure that they get, it's equally hard for the offensive line to stay there knowing that, hey, I'm going to get smacked.
That was really inexcusable because that was their outside receiver that jumped out offsides. It was. On the bottom of our screen, that's who got called. It didn't look like it. I think he moved. But like you're saying, your point still remains.
Oh, big push by Gunner up the middle.
Ball will be returned by Forest Lake. We got a crease. He's 40. Drug down from behind. Horse collar. Tack on another 15. Rangers will be knocking on the red zone after this one. 2 minutes and 43 seconds before half, and the boys got a chance to put 21 on the board.
Mitch Long is a player. I got to kind of see him up close and personal on my team this spring at 7-on-7, and you could just tell his explosiveness and his playmaking ability is there, and you see it put on display for all Forest Lake to see.
I mean, his vision at the start of that run was great. He had blockers coming down, and he was just out of arm's reach of each one of the defenders that just got chipped on that special teams play there.
Kids, this is a perfect example on that play of why you might not want to wear bright neon gloves. A white glove on the jersey, dark colors, might get away with it. When you got a bright neon mitt inside the shoulder pads of the player you're trying to take down, that one's going to get called just about every time.
Personal foul.
Well, usually the trick is you match your gloves with the opponent's colors. So, it'd be weird for a Moundsview person to wear maroon gloves, but hypothetically, if they do, refs aren't going to see holding as much. And it's easy for when you're a home team because you just know to wear white gloves because they're going to wear white.
So, kids, what we're saying is talk to your parents, and you're going to need about 8 different pairs of gloves for the season.
No, you would need 5.
5. Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah. Four away colors and 1 white.
There you go.
Math.
Not a strong suit at Forest Lake.
Oh, especially
there we go.
With you.
Ooh, shots fired.
Terrell under center. Takes the snap. Play action to Patzer.
Wide open.
He's got Rendell. Touchdown, Rangers!
All right, and that one right there showcases Rendell's versatility. Not only does he come in to block, he is also a receiver and an amazing linebacker.
Playing both ways this year at tight end and linebacker. He's getting all the snaps, all the tackles, and I think that's his second receiving touchdown on the season now.
You know, Leighton has 2 touchdowns, and he doesn't get that one, but
First
if
touchdown.
assists were a thing in football, Leighton would get the assist because everybody was focused on stopping him, and that's obviously why you run play action to set up downfield passing, and 21-0 Rangers now.
And not only that, but when they're keying that hard on the run, especially the release by the tight end, you don't even, like the backers and the safeties don't even notice it that he's releasing because it could be that he's just spinning off of a block.
Yeah. You can see the safeties and corners all take 4 hard steps up for the run and just no chance.
Completely left Rendell wide open down the seam.
Yikes.
Great ball by Cole.
You know, it's actually an underrated catch because this corner makes a play on the ball.
Yeah.
That easily could have been a
Strong
drop.
hands.
We missed the extra point.
No, we made it.
I believe we made it.
21
There it is.
Zippola with more time left for Mounds View to make another mistake before half. We got 3 timeouts.
Usually
We're
you
not-
don't say it's enough time for them to make a mistake because, I mean, last drive there were 6 minutes left, but now they're going to be actually like trying to get down the field. That's when usually quarterbacks try to force things. That's why I say you make them make a mistake.
Here we go.
Well, this week we're not going to go with 1 point off for half of the game like we did last week.
Nate Schmidt will take the kickoff from about the 5 and be drugged down there at the 35. Mitch Olson, my bad. Got the number mixed up. I thought it was number 8. First down Mustangs, 2 minutes, just about 30 seconds to go here in the first half. Opening game of the home part of the schedule for the Rangers.
And if you were the Mustangs and just wanted to get in, this is where like a run up the middle might work in a spread package just because the defensive line is just crashing hard.
This is
So
where
if
you
you
run.
get a quick handoff, it might get them a couple of yards and get to a first down, get them in, and steps back to pass. And
Dropped
Howie
down from
Johnson.
behind. Howie Johnson sacked him.
Howie's having an amazing game today.
It's such a luxury for the Ranger coaches to rush 3 in a high school football game and be able to have a chance for a sack.
I mean, he beat a double team there and a hold. All together, comes back, makes a great, almost a strip
got the ball.
sack.
I mean, if you think about it, the quarterback's dropping and he's seen 8 in coverage. If only 3 are rushing. And how many receivers does he have? He maybe has 4, 5 counting the running back. So that's basically 2 for every 1 when you look. And as a quarterback, that's pretty intimidating to go look at, especially when the defense knows that you're going to pass it.
Yeah. And that's what I was talking about. They're like Gunnar Johnson and Howie Johnson just both pinned their ears back, and they were in his face right away.
They can pin their ears back again.
Howie coming into this game with 2 sacks, leading the team.
Caleb, you ready to head down? Got some technical difficulties here. There you go. Looks like Caleb's ready to head down for.
That one's my microphone. We got to figure out which one is Caleb's.
Check.
That's Joel's.
Yep.
Roll out
All right,
left here
Caleb's
on
got
play-by-play.
Ball
Deep shot.
in the air.
Shot.
Incomplete.
If only the sideline was 5 more yards extended. Is my mic working?
Yes.
Yeah, that one's working. Were you heading down to the field?
I was going to, but, you know, I feel like I can stay up here for a little bit longer because they're going to punt and we're going to be passing to get down the field. So it's going to take a little longer than I'm going to anticipate.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
and if the Mustangs wanted to get off and get get into halftime without another score, they kind of left a lot of time for the Rangers. We're at third and long with 2:14 left to go. I believe the Rangers have both timeouts, have 2 timeouts left. So plenty of time for Jarrell and Patzer to make something happen.
Here we go, 3rd and 12. Mustangs out of the pistol. Sampson drops. Rush
Blitz
coming.
by
Throws
Rendell.
across the middle, way behind him, incomplete.
And you know
The Mustangs will punt it again.
that's a tough pass to make with Rendell right in your face coming around the edge. That's a great blitz. That was a great blitz by B-Scout after only rushing 3 last time and then bringing a linebacker blitz this time.
Give credit to the running back there, kind of standing in, at least the running back, you're not going to beat the D lineman that's blitzing, but just get in the way for the quarterback to react off you, and that's what he did, gave his quarterback a chance.
All right. Let's see if Mitch Long can take another one back to the house this time.
Howie Johnson getting another great push.
Fair catch called for by Long. And the Rangers will set up shop at the Mustang, or at the Rangers' own 34-yard line. And we'll see what they can do with 2 minutes before halftime.
What do you think? You think B-Scout will push it?
I mean, we used our timeout, so obviously, and 2 minutes is an eternity, especially with the clock stopping on first down. So we don't necessarily have to pass the ball a ton on this drive. With 2 timeouts and the clock stopping after first down, so we got a lot of time.
Cole out of the pistol, takes a snap, looks, quick throw out to Patzer. Good blocking. And Patzer goes out of bounds right around the sticks. That's going to be a first down for the Rangers, I believe. Yep, first down, Rangers. And he gets out of bounds so the clock stops.
Was that a backwards pass? It looks like it might have been. I might set that up to do a backwards pass and then later in the season, every once in a while, a backwards pass like that and just
getting dangerous.
Chuck her long.
Grell takes a snap, handoff Patzer, coming right side. They missed what I think was a face mask there, but no call. Tough to see from up here.
Be interested to see the awareness of these high schoolers, you know. Do they have the awareness to get out of bounds on this drive? You know, that's a lot of that's coaching. Pre-huddle, you tell your kids to get out of bounds, but it's different when you're actually playing in the game.
Right. You see space and you want to take it.
Cole, downfield, looking
Deep.
for Long. Just out of reach. Excuse me, that was Lashansky, I believe. And that was something that we saw last week, was a lot of beautifully thrown balls that were just out of reach. Hopefully as the season goes on, he's able to take a little mustard off that ball.
I think the thing is he throws it with velocity, and he's got to chuck it up there a little bit higher, so he has a little bit more time to run under it.
Jarrell takes the snap, quick throw out to Patzer. He's going to gain 5.
Now I'd say you take some time off the clock and then go for it. They call a timeout right away. That obviously signals that they're going for this. I just would have wasted a little bit more time and then called the timeout just in case you don't get it. You don't want to leave Mounds View with 1:09 left to score. But I understand the thought process coming out from Coach Piscal. I really want to see Cole connect on a pass to Mitch Long. I know in the spring it was a special connection in 7-on-7 that you could kind of see their chemistry develop and trust really go in between the two. So that's a player I'd look out for on this obvious passing down. I don't think we're going to run this. Safe to say.
Well, we
Go hard count.
I don't
see if we can get the first down for free.
You know,
hard
if
count
I know this
actually gets
offense, watch for the. Not gonna say it.
I'll say Mitch Long on a crosser.
Cole rolling to his left, trying to find a receiver. He's going to be wrapped up, taken down.
All right, so a minute left for the Mustangs. Ball will turn over on downs just at the 49-yard, on their own 49-yard line.
Man.
First read was for Mitch Long there.
Well, it looked like he had him a little bit farther down the field there right before the wrap-up happened.
Yeah, but the thing is,
that's a hard throw to make on your on the run. Absolutely. In that direction.
Once you come off a read, you never really go back to it. And although it may seem like it was a really open and obvious pass, it was his first read, and once you come off it, you never go back to it.
Your receiver is running away from your own momentum. So as you throw it, the momentum of the ball.
That's my mic. No, that's Caleb's.
You're one. There you go.
All right, so Mustangs trying to do something before half.
Going
Ball
deep.
up for grabs, incomplete. Beautiful defense there.
Double coverage there
by the Rangers. That was a dangerously thrown ball. Caleb is heading down to the sideline to try and get a interview with B-Scow on the way into the locker room.
Reed Olson had the high jump, and Brayson Johnson, if he did catch it, was ready to hammer him and possibly strip the ball out.
53 seconds, 2nd and 10. Mounds View desperately trying to go into halftime with some sort of points on the board. You have 4 receivers and a running back lined up next to Sampson.
A little confusion on the Rangers coverage.
Sampson pressured again from behind. Low throw nearly picked off by TJ.
Jackson Christensen coming off the edge really pressured him from the backside there.
3rd and 10. Depending on how these next 2 plays go, we could be getting the ball back. I got a feeling that if we did that, we'd be taking a knee, but.
Yeah, I don't think they would get too crazy with 48 seconds left to go and no timeouts.
Here we go. 3rd and 10 for the Mustangs. Take the snap.
Blitz again.
Rendell slows him down.
Jackson
sack from behind. Ball in the air. Picked up by the Rangers.
He's going the other way.
Jack Thill with the interception.
I mean, that all leads back to pressure. Rendell had great pressure from the outside. Jackson Christensen came to mop him up, had a hand on him. Quarterback was trying to make a play, and that's when those mistakes happen. You're not expecting him to have a grab on you, and how much of a difference it's going to make in your throw, and that throw just sails up in the air for an easy interception there.
It's just like Caleb was saying. I mean, that's when you got pressure, it leads you to make bad decisions, and when you also know it's 3rd and long and you don't have a whole lot of time left in half. There's a whole lot of bad decisions that can be made, and that was a perfect example of what can happen. Pats are up the middle, and I believe the Rangers used their last timeout. 30 seconds left. They ran it with Pats are up the middle like they were going to run the clock out, and then they call a timeout. And you think that was they're just toying with them at this point, or I don't know. I think you got.
But I also think that this is also a lot of maybe a testing of some plays. Like, hey, we tried this and we're trying to run this. Like, let's run something that we might use later on in the season, because this is the perfect opportunity to do it. Because in the second half, at 21-0, I think some of these guys might start sitting down a little bit and let some underclassmen get some experience.
Cole's going to drop to pass. He's got time. Throws deep. Reed Olson jumped, got his fingertips on it. It falls incomplete. 3rd and 6 with 23 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, there was a lot of coverage down there. There was 3 guys in the area there. I don't know if somebody might have been a little bit more open underneath, but They were looking for the big play there.
I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's probably like up 21-0. It's just, kind of running some plays, seeing what works, what doesn't. Get it on tape so you can take a look at it and hone those out for the rest of the season.
Rangers running
That's
outside of the right
Bashinsky
side.
there, I believe. Yeah, Bashinsky, Caden Bashinsky.
Fourth down. 4th and 5. I believe we're going to take this to halftime.
Yep, they're walking off the field. And that's going to be a great first half by your Forest Lake Rangers. Up 21-0 at half.
There we go. We're gonna get some words with the coach. It looks like Caleb down there.
All right,
Ready
looks
to
like
go.
we got a halftime interview. Waiting and
He's waiting for
Oh.
B-Scow. All right, here we go.
Here we go. Looks like we're ready for the interview.
Are you giving the go-ahead?
We're live, Caleb.
All right,
confusion.
this is youth night for the Forest Lake Rangers. How special is it for the varsity team to come out and kind of have a performance like they are right now?
Yeah, it's everything. So we can get the whole program, youth, all the way up. So get supported and excited about what they're doing.
I know it's 21-0, but there's always room for improvement. Do you see any halftime adjustments or things you want to fix going into the locker room?
Yeah, tons. I mean, we still got to run the ball. We got to do things that we need to do offensively. We're still not playing great offensively. Our defense is balling. Our special teams are balling. That's why we preach complementary football, but all working together. But we got some things we got to clean up both offensively and defensively.
All right, thanks, Joe. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Well, that's a interesting interview. We're not really taking care of business on offense, he says. We're up 21.
But I will say, somewhat agreeing with Coach, we did get we had a very great first play of the game with Layton, ripped off, 80-yard touchdown.
Yep.
That's 7. Our second 7 was a turnover that we had at the 1,
Yeah.
and our third 7 was another turnover that we had well into their field position.
I agree.
We
that
haven't had a sustained drive down the field yet.
I will agree that our up the middle run, other than that first one for 80, has been held in check. The last couple of weeks, Patzer has been bouncing off of tacklers. Our offensive line's getting up to the second level, hitting some backers. It kind of looks like that might be a little bit of the issue that he's talking about. But, the other thing is maybe up 21-0, they're trying to get their pass game in, because it's been a very run-heavy offense for the first 2.5 games now, and maybe they're trying to get Jarrell into the spot where he can make some throws, have some time, because honestly, this has been the only game that it hasn't been a super close game. So you can take those shots, you can work out those plays that will help you later on in those really close games when you need it, and we need to call this play. So,
Good first half,
Good first
defensively especially.
yep.
But yeah, I mean, if we can go in and make a halftime adjustment for the offense, and the offense comes out, as Coach says, ballin', that's going to be an exciting half of football. Caleb has now rejoined us in the booth and is beating our co-host to a pulp here.
I did not know you guys had on.
We get the microphone switched over here for Caleb.
All right, so great interview there.
Thank you. I didn't know if we were live. I didn't know if a thumbs up meant that I was in frame or I was good to start talking.
No, you were good to go.
So
Thumbs up
don't know
means
how
you're good to go.
Okay.
Hey, first game of the season, we'll work that out by the second.
Thumbs up means go.
Right.
Gotcha.
So, We were just talking about what we were thinking. B Scout was talking about the offense needing some work. We were kind of saying that the inside running game, other than the 80 yards, and then maybe he's talking about working on the passing game a little bit, not being a close game, having some chances to take some shots downfield. What are your thoughts?
I mean, obviously, I don't know how much rushing yards we have necessarily, but obviously that 80 yards throws a big, like, what's the math term for it?
Skews the
It's
averages.
Outlier.
It is an
It's
outlier.
an outlier. So it's obviously going to make us, have a better performance than we actually are having with an 80-yard run like that.
Hey, there's no.
But, I was completely thrown off by Noah doing that. I just don't know what to say now.
Basically, yes, it's an outlier, but in the previous two games.
Yes, we were talking about what they could do, what he was talking
yes.
about. Okay. I'd say you see the triple option. I don't know how much of the first two games were run under center percentage-wise compared to pistol, but I know last year we ran basically exclusively out of pistol, so I was kind of a shock for me to see us start the game out under center and having it work well for us.
Yep.
That was surprising to me.
Last week they ran quite a bit under center.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things that I really think that right now it may have seemed like Coach seemed a little bit negative on how everything was going, but I think that's just his way of wanting us to be a better team and wanting everything to work, everything to be clicking, and not taking anything less.
I'll give you a quick scoreboard update around the league. Roseville, I believe yesterday, played Burnsville. Burnsville won 29-7. Champlain Park 21-0 over Osseo. That game is final, but games in progress. Currently, Egan up 10 on Rosemount. Lakeville North and Lakeville South tied up at 7 apiece. Park Cottage Grove beating Buffalo 28-24. And Stillwater and Eastridge playing each other tonight. Eastridge on top 20-14. Be interesting to see how this White Bear Woodbury game starts to pan out as we look ahead a little bit. Not totally look ahead to next week. We're not overlooking the second half of this game, but looking forward to the homecoming game next week against White Bear.
Right, and then we can also look at that Eastridge game and see if Eastridge actually can hold their momentum against Stillwater, and that would give us kind of a good taste of what we can see when we do go to Stillwater later in the season.
I don't know. Be careful on, obviously doing like the compare and score part. I get what you're saying by that, but obviously in high school the offense it's just a way bigger game than what the scoreboard says. But I do understand what you're saying.
I mean, last year, or when Shikenjansky was in Stillwater, I mean, there wasn't a game that they weren't up by 2 or 3 touchdowns at half. So, you can kind of tell a little bit from those scores. This one, where Eastridge and Stillwater are playing a tough game there. Last week, we had a tough game. So, you can kind of look at it as they're playing on the same levels as each other rather than,
Yeah,
it's
it's close. If it's a blowout, you kind of know that it's
right.
But close games that can go either way. There's so many plays in a football game that swing it either way.
Exactly. I'm not saying that just because we beat Eastridge, that means that we're better than Stillwater, but
I agree.
It's one of those things that we can look at. This could be a hard-fought game, and it looks
Indeed.
So, What do you? So you've been doing a lot with the youth football programs here in Forest Lake on youth night. Maybe we should give a shout out to what you're doing. And,
well, I think not just a shout out to what I'm doing, but all the youth coaches.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of important. And you know, I think Coach Biscow's brought a unity to youth football where it's kind of, you go through youth football with the vision of varsity football, and obviously a lot of youth programs aren't built with that vision. So him trying to instill it in us and build us up, I think, is very beneficial for not only us as coaches, but for youth players. I think that's really good for the program. The more you can build up younger kids to grow into your program, the better your program's going to be, and I think he understands that and really views it as a priority of his, which I respect a lot.
So what do you feel like the all right, so basically I was just kind of going in. I think what's really been happening with this Forest Lake program, B-Scout came in, had a great season last year. For a couple of years, they've had a hard time getting kids to come out, getting a lot of your kids to put in the time and the work on a team. Oh, all right. We are going to go to our sponsors here and play those. We will be back for the second half and have a great break.
All right, here we go. Let's start this second half off. Rangers getting the ball back. We got Reed Olson. And I'm trying to get a number. I need to bring my binoculars back. I don't have my binoculars this season.
Dude, don't mess with the bull if you don't want the horns, man.
We got Caleb twerking up in the booth.
What?
This whole
He punched me.
this whole thing
You
is
hit
going.
me twice.
The
Come
whole
on
thing
now.
is going to
Children.
crap. Moundsview kicks it away into the end zone. Of course,
Oh my gosh.
Leshinsky. That's who was back there deep.
We had an RKO on the field around the 25-yard line. It's quite the wrestling move.
Here we go.
Did you guys see that?
I did not.
Missed it.
Unbelievable.
We're just getting back. Speaking of wrestling, one of our
Speaking of wrestling,
Mark Rendell,
The chains
One of
and
the-
markers
one of
are
the
way off here.
great wrestlers. At
They need to
Forest Lake
correct
High
this. Ball spotted at the 25 right now.
Playing
we'll take
both
the 25
ways.
yards.
I appreciate the info.
Sorry, I completely talked right over that.
School. No worries.
All right. Rangers coming out of half, 21-point lead. 1st and 10 from the 20. Cole gives to Patzer. Keeps those legs moving, falls forward for a gain of 2. That was one of the things that Coach talked about going into half, is wanting to get the run game alive.
It's a good job by Patzer there, hanging on to it in traffic. They went for the strip.
2nd and 8. Ball on the 22. Cole again under center. Another quick handoff to Patzer, exploding to the second level. It's going to be a gain of 5. Looks like Coach is determined to get this run game going one way or another here in the second half.
Right, and as the game goes on, that's a lot harder to defend because you're just continually taking hits and getting pushed back by this Forest Lake offensive line. So, look for Patzer to start making a lot more big gains in the 3rd and 4th quarter.
That's exactly what we saw last week. Handoff. No, Cole keeps it. Up the
Jarrell
middle,
up
he's
the
got a
middle.
man to meet, and he's going to be taken down from behind at the 45 of the Mustangs. An explosive run set up by 2 consecutive Leighton Patzer handoffs. 1st down, Rangers.
It was a good job by Chuck Kelly not to get a horse collar there. He got around the front, saving the touchdown for sure.
First and 10. Jarrell under center. Handoff, Patzer, up the middle, out to the 40. He's got a block, 30. And he's thrown out of bounds right at about the 25-yard line.
A little extracurricular there at the end.
Well, Patzer's somewhat been having his way with him so far tonight.
Great run, just what we were talking about. It's getting harder and harder to shed those blocks.
That's exactly what we've seen the past 2 weeks, is Patzer getting stronger as the game goes on, as they would say. And I guarantee you we'll continue to see it the rest of the game. Mustangs trying to get lined up. Handoff. No. Pitch out. Gets to the 20,
That's
15.
Bashinsky.
Down to the 10, Bashinsky. Rangers have not passed a single down this drive, and they are running with a purpose to start the second half.
Our 3 biggest plays have came off the same play. They've just looked different. Obviously, the triple option, the big run where Cole kept it. We had a big run where Patzer kept it, and now the pitch out comes with another big gain.
Ball on the 9-yard line, and the Rangers can smell the end zone.
Mitch Long fighting for good blocks on the outside again.
Play action pass. Cole's got pressure, and he's going to be taken down in the backfield.
Oh boy. Cole looks hurt.
Cole is down and
Gonna
knew
say
it right
that looked
away.
awkward.
Hopefully it's just a cramp, something we can stretch out.
No, that
But-
looked really awkward.
So yeah, he had pressure from the get-go.
Oh, he got his
his
leg
ankle.
stuck under him. Hopefully that's not a knee.
No, that's an ankle. That's an ankle. Oh boy. Yeah, that did not
Bo
look
Anderson.
good. Bo Anderson will be coming in at quarterback for the Rangers. Oh.
And talking to some of the varsity players, obviously Cole is the guy under center, but Bo Anderson has impressed and does know the playbook very well. He's impressed teammates of knowing the playbook, so it will be put to the test. His first varsity action, if he hasn't got any snaps the past 2 games, this will be his first varsity snaps ever.
The fact that he is walking very gingerly, but putting any amount of pressure on that ankle is huge. That,
There's
never
no
mind.
pressure.
student section showing some love on the way off. Yeah, that replay, that ankle did not look good. So they'll get him on the training table. But here we go, Bo Anderson. His first varsity snap, handoff, Patzer.
So, Caleb, what do you think? They try and keep it a little bit more simple handoffs.
Yeah, Bo isn't getting the reps that Cole is during the week, so the playbook is cut down a little bit for. I think he can still run a decent amount of the playbook, but he only has so many reps per week at it.
3rd and 17 to the end zone. Cole will take it himself. Not Cole, Bo will take it himself, and he is stuck after a gain of about 5 on the play. That will be 4th down and 14. And we'll see what the Rangers
Looks
do
like
here.
bringing out the kicking. No.
Yes.
Yes.
Goodwin is in to attempt a long field goal.
Long to hold. Goodwin to attempt the field goal.
Botched.
Botched.
Kicked.
Oh, big block by Howie Johnson.
They're going to call Howie Johnson on a
What?
crackback.
I don't know. I think he kind of had him on the front.
Yeah, that's what I would say. If that's a block in the back, that's a poor call, but I guess I could see the crack.
I mean, the problem with Howie Johnson there is he's so big that it just looks very, very violent. But he's just so big and so strong that any block there against a guy like that is going to look really bad.
All right. Ranger wrecking crew and the defense comes out. They had a nice drive going for the Rangers. Stalled out after the injury to the quarterback. See if the defense can stand up and make a stop here. Mounds View will take the snap. Quarterback run right up the middle. Swallowed up once he got to the second level. Gain of 5. Will be 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs.
Randall credited with the tackle.
Can't tell if they're working on Cole's leg or taping him up.
Well, the way he walked off with no,
Yeah.
I doubt they're taping him up, and especially being up 21-0, I don't think he would take any chances.
Mustangs 2nd and 5. Handoff going outside. Rendell
Rendell
there to bring him
tackle
down
for-
the backfield.
Tackle for a loss by Rendell. Showing off those wrestling skills like I was talking about earlier.
On the carry for the Mustangs.
It's going to be 3rd and long for the Mustangs, and the Rangers trying to get that ball back for the offense. Yeah, I got to imagine anything that they can do to keep Cole out and potentially have him back against the old Alpha Mater next week. I know he's going to want to be in that game. We'll see what happens. 3rd down and long for the Mustangs. Sampson out of the pistol. Rangers show some pressure. He's hurried, runs out left, throws back across his body, is able to find a receiver. Colby Christensen nearly there for an interception, just went right over his fingertips. Completed pass, Ben Arnold on the catch for the Mustangs. Keep the drive alive for Mounds View.
First down, Mustangs.
1st and 10.
Rangers show blitz. And Howie
Taken down,
Johnson.
Howie Johnson saw it coming.
Man, his push is just amazing tonight. He is getting past that tackle
Second down.
flat.
Yeah, that's. I don't know what you do with that.
I mean, I don't know how you defend that.
Second long. Rangers showing blitz. They go to pass. He's got pressure again. And Howie gets to him again, along with Noah DeMonso. Another big loss. And that's going to be 3rd and a mile for the Mustangs.
Yeah, here's where they're just pinning their ears back and going. You know, it's getting late in the game. They know that they're going to try and take some shots in order to get back into it. DeMonso did not bite on that fake, though. Howie Johnson came up and played cleanup there. I'm pretty sure DeMonso had most of the credit for that sack there. But Howie Johnson, great play getting back in. And
4-man pressure.
it's going to be Jackson Christensen on the coverage.
That was another one of those downs that the Rangers had 4 guys rushing the quarterback, no real added pressure, and they still hurried him. That offensive line has got their hands completely full with that front 3 along with Rendell.
Well, when you have to double and triple Howie, it kind of burns up linemen quick.
Moundsview will punt.
For your Rangers.
Good punt.
Rangers called off the rush on the punt.
Short return. Rangers will start from about the 30. And now we'll get to see our first full drive from Bo. Coming in to replace the injured starter, Cole Jarrell.
Side note, Jarrell, the kicker, the punter,
Yes.
is wearing an arm sleeve.
He's got drip. Punter drip. Don't take it away from him.
Hey,
okay?
with that punt, he can wear an arm sleeve.
Yeah, that was-
if he
that
keeps
was a
punting like that,
beauty.
I will give him every right to wear an arm sleeve. I think he should put a visor on too.
Go full spat on the ankles too.
Yeah.
One thing to note,
I mean,
looks
spats out, but whatever.
looks like Gunnar Johnson, the nose tackle, is kind of limping a little bit.
I missed where they took Cole. Cole is no longer on the trainer table. He's up and walking around. Still
Heavy tape.
favoring that ankle.
You can see there's
Yeah,
a lot of tape on that right ankle of his.
Bo keeps it himself, calls his own number. Good run. It's a gain of 8 on the play. That'll set up a second short.
that was a great evasion of that guy coming in for a tackle for a loss. Just got out of his arm's reach.
It was a good little shoulder fake there.
Yeah.
Check that Jarrell on the carry for your Rangers.
So Bo Anderson is a junior. Looks like we will see him a lot next year.
Handoff, Patzer. First down and a few more.
Patzer on the carry for your Rangers. Farm on the stop for the Mustangs.
Third quarter going quick.
Clock it just keeps on going. Tick, 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 tick. Rangers looking to burn up a lot of time here. A lot of class kind of showing not to run up the score.
Got to stop. That'll be a false start on the Rangers. Probably back them up 5. So it'll be 1st and 15.
Now, I would credit Moundsview on keeping it 21-0. It's really hard, especially an opposing team that's a way to come out when you're 21-0 with the run game the Rangers have had. The run game only demoralizes you more the more you get down. So they've hung in here, and they've kept it a 21-0 game.
Anderson sends a man in motion. The give is to Patzer through to second level. He'll pick up 5 back to about the original line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
Patzer on the carry again for your Rangers. Farm on the stop for the Mustangs.
Rangers seem to be slowing the pace of play down a little bit. Anderson keeps.
Up the middle. Looks like about 4. Pile keeps on moving.
Good gain. That's another advantage of having the size of the offensive line that we got again this year for the Rangers, is just being able to push that pile forward.
That carry takes it out to the Ranger 36-yard line. Third down.
There was 2 or 3 Moundsview guys that got into that pile and started pushing the other way. 3rd and short. Handoff is to Patzer outside. Throwing stiff arms left and right. First down. Slung down by a member of the Mustangs, but not quick enough.
It's a good job on the right side there by Mason Valrath and Cody Houston. Basically just cleared the linebackers out that were crashing down. Gave Patzer a nice lane. It was good outside contained by the Mustangs, though, to hold that to only about 5.
Bo takes a snap, quick throw out. They're going to whistle it dead.
Yeah, it was.
2nd down.
Looked like it might have been almost backwards, but I think they were giving him the benefit of the doubt when it was tipped.
From where I'm sitting, I'm seeing Cole on the trainer's table again. Cleat off, ice on ankle. So I'm thinking there is just about no chance that we'll see him back tonight. He got off and walked on it once or twice, but did not look like he was going to put any body weight on that one.
I think even if he was semi-okay, he would not be coming back into this game.
Handoff, Cordy going left side, bounces it back outside, breaks a few tackles. It will be bottled up there for a loss. It'll be 3rd and long for the Rangers.
And that'll probably take us down to the quarter.
It's weird how momentum can shift, not even towards Mounds View, but just the stoppage of momentum.
Right.
Forest Lake was driving, the offense was percolating. We had 3 big runs, and then we play action pass off it. Unfortunately, Cole goes down, and it's not like the momentum swung in Mounds View's favor, but it just stopped.
Right.
And now
it's
you
just
can kind of feel a lull with the fans and just the team of it's a 21-0 game, so it's hard to really have that extra motivation when you are up 21-0 and the game's kind of taken care of.
Well, you got to be careful not to let it lull too much and let Mounds View back into this one. Forest Lake put up 21 on East Ridge in a quarter last week, so
absolutely.
We've seen it happen.
Well, I'm not worried.
The thing is right now it's just the defense is looking so dominant. You know, you have solid pass rush. The linebackers that are crashing are creating some serious pressure. I mean, it's one of those that right now we're just fighting a war of attrition with the clock. You know, it seems like we're just kind of, and as maybe with Bo in there, you know, hasn't seen all those reps. The playbook is at half of what it normally is. So, you know, that might take out a lot of the pizzazz to this offense.
Bo takes the snap, handoff Patzer, going right side, breaking tackles.
Doesn't take that pizzazz out.
First down, Rangers.
You know,
running it on a 3rd and long.
Just give it to your playmakers and let them make some plays.
Patzer all season has said, put the team on my back and let me carry this.
Kiss, keep it simple.
What's the last part of that one?
Stupid, but we're not dealing with
we're not dealing with stupid coaching down there.
Right, no.
They know what they're doing.
That's something solid there.
Keep it simple, solid. Bo, handoff Cordy, and Cordy's bottled up in the backfield. Looked like a little bit of that confusion with having a quarterback that might not have had as many reps as everybody else.
Well, and not only that, but I think the Mustangs are kind of keying in that it's only going to be runs and, you know, more deeper. Like, I don't think he's going to be coming under center nearly as much. So they're just basically pinning their ears back and going to trying to cause some confusion back there, and they're doing a good job of that.
Anderson takes the snap, keeps it himself straight ahead. Little to no gain on the play. May have picked up one. Another 3rd and long. We'll see what the Rangers decide to do. Definitely watching that play clock and letting time roll down.
Well, I will say this. Bo is definitely a tall kid for a junior.
He's got some size, that's for sure.
I know you're up 21-0. I think they're going to call a timeout, talk it over. I want to see B-Scout put his backup quarterback in a passing.
Yeah.
Nothing to lose here. Even if the best case scenario is we get a first down. Worst case scenario is
it's like a punt.
Interception, and does it really matter at this point of the game? No. So getting your quarterback valuable snaps on passing drops, not just running the play, getting the quarterback comfortable with running the offense, but it's different getting the quarterback actual dropbacks in a game. I think this is a good opportunity for one, and an obvious one if this game was close, but since it's 21-0, that's when you kind of think they may run it here.
But I also have a theory, too. In high school, where your punters are not booming at 50, 60 yards, it's also not a bad thing when your defense is playing well, just to take a shot, If it does get intercepted, oh well. If it doesn't, if it does, it's like a punt. If you don't, just rely on your defense.
Handoff to Patzer, nearly stripped, now finds the edge, heading down the sideline. He's going to be close.
Going to be close. I think these guys going to go for it if he did not get it here, because you're kind of in no man's land where a punt's not really going to net you much.
It's 4th and 1. We got a member of the Mounds View defense down on the field, Ranger sideline.
Defense just, oh, wow. That was a great block by Logan McGarry, just trying to save him.
Joey,
he had to make a great block because he made a not
he let
good
him
block
by.
at the
Yeah,
start
like
of the
he
play.
got by. That was his man, but
Good recovery.
He stayed with it and basically let Patzer get by him.
I think it was more of a play from Evan Hatton of the other team, kind of shooting that gap,
Yeah.
making it hard on him.
Joey Milstein looks like he's the one cramping up over here on the Ranger sideline. Trainer's out to take care of him.
It's also a tight end, which, you know, they're in there blocking a lot, but it's one of those hard ones where you're going up against a defensive end that's just shooting the gap, and you're trying to get him turned to the inside and not get a hold as he's running by you.
So 4th and 1 will be the down and distance when we resume play here. Cole is up and wanting to stand by his teammates. Joey is up and taking a jog off the field. Looks like it was just a little cramp. So we'll see if the Rangers choose to run it between the tackles and show Moundsview how it's done on short yardage.
Right. I would expect Rendell to be in close, and oh, we're not running super heavy. Gruba is out tonight, who is also normally on that heavy package.
All right, here we go. 4th and 1.
Hard count.
And off Patzer. That's a first down.
That will move the chains. Ooh,
We
a
got
little
penalty flag
extracurricular
flying. We'll see what that's on.
activities there. Let's see if that's for excessive blocking or piling on.
We'll get the call. Face mask on the
Face
defense.
mask
That'll
on
move
the
us
defense.
15 yards closer. Into the red zone the Rangers go. And like you guys were talking earlier, I think it's, you know, you don't necessarily want to run up the score. But now that your backup is in, you want to see those valuable
Well,
reps
this
at
isn't
passing.
running up the score.
No,
We're-
no.
We're just running our offense.
Well, I
and-
was saying dropping back to pass in a situation like this. You got your backup and you want to see what he can do, especially if he's going to be your quarterback next year.
right.
Like Caleb was saying, it's valuable time that Bo is getting out here. Handoff, Patzer.
Takes
Tripped
a
up at
hard
the
hit
line.
right away.
First down.
Milstein on the stop for the Mustangs. 2nd down.
Well, this drive has kind of brought the energy of the student section back in. We're kind of rumbling a little bit. And
Handoff, Patzer up the middle. Gain of 4. It's going to be third,
Patzer on the carry.
a little bit longer
Stop again for the Mustangs.
than medium.
you
So
know,
here we go. Another down that you could potentially throw the ball on. What will the Rangers do?
Good job by Cody Houston getting the release, getting that first inside backer blocked on that last play.
Bo out of the pistol, takes a snap, calls his own number, straight ahead. He'll gain a few, but won't be enough for the first down.
Anderson on the keeper.
And now the Rangers run the field goal unit back on. They had a botched field goal attempt the last time they tried this. We'll see if they can fix that problem this time.
Well, and here's another thing. Like it's also good practice for the special teams to, like, if you need a field goal in the end of a game, this is also good practice for the team.
Long to hold. Goodwin to attempt the field goal.
Snap, hold, kick is up.
And good.
Goodwin nails it. Rangers extend the lead to 24-0.
7:27 remaining in regulation time. Rangers 24, Mustangs 0.
All right. So 7 minutes and 27 seconds left. What do you think Moundsview chooses to do? Do you keep the starters in, or do you start rotating those underclassmen in?
I mean, I know what I would do, and I would play the young guys, but, you know, this is
It's still early in the season, so getting varsity players, maybe their quarterback, I don't know if he started last year, but if their quarterback has only started this year, pulling him out wouldn't be a really good thing for your future this season, because like we talked about in Bo's case, reps are the most important thing, and the more reps he gets against a good defense, I think the better player he's going to be. So depends on your mindset, but we'll see what they decide to do.
But I'm also looking at it like your backups that may play big spots in this season due to injury also need reps. I mean, your starters had 3.5 quarters to get those reps in and get those jitters out of the young guys. Just let them step on the field in the lights a little bit and get those jitters out. Let them play a little.
All right, so we'll see what they choose to do. Mustangs will come out led by their starting quarterback, Sampson. So they're going to keep the starters in for another drive. Play action on the pitch.
Oh, wow.
Throw down field. Beautifully played again by TJ.
You know, I'm going to credit the quarterback there. He read Rendell and basically read he was coming and faked the handoff, which froze Rendell just a little bit, and then threw it the other way.
Just credit the OC on that.
Yeah.
That wasn't improvised by the quarterback, although it was a good fake by the quarterback.
Right.
I will agree.
2nd and 10 for the Mustangs. Sampson drops to throw. Pressure from the Ranger wrecking crew.
Howie's chasing him down. Howie and Nate Schleif.
Howie came through with that big old bear paw of his and nearly popped that one out.
There's Schleif getting in there.
It's gotten to the point in the night where I just feel bad for the opposing quarterback that just every drop back he's running away from scary men chasing after him every play.
He has not had many clean dropbacks tonight. Third and 7. Bad snap by Moundsview. Rendell's coming hot. Big play for Moundsview.
Oh, wow, who was that came up and saved that?
TJ Waters missing the tackle at first, getting back up on his feet and chasing the receiver down. Way to stay with the play and save a touchdown.
That definitely saved a touchdown there.
On reception that time, 16 Logan Johnson. First down, Mustangs.
Mustangs go hurry up. take the snap, looking to pass. Rendell, pressure again. Sampson going to keep himself.
Howie Johnson. Oh, no, that's DeMonso coming in.
Making the tackle, gain of 7 on the play. This Forest Lake pass rush is something else. Rangers rush 4 again. Pass over the middle. Caught. Rendell there to bring him down. Cash Gerber there on the reception for the Mustangs. Mustangs continue to go hurry. Bad snap by the Mustangs again. Throw over the middle. Nice play by Sampson to get that one away.
That was great poise there. He was staring down the barrel
of Colby Christensen. Second and 1 now for the Mustangs. I feel an interception coming. Drops to throw, pass rush again there. Howie trying to chase him down from behind. Couple of broken tackles. And he's out of bounds at the 2.
I don't know,
that looked like it might have been a touchdown to me.
Yeah, it looked like he might have went over the pylon.
Unless his foot went out. That's the only other thing I can think of.
31 Grayson Johnson forces him out of bounds. First and goal, Mustangs from the Ranger 3.
Oh, he just misses a shoestring. Oh, yep, he stepped out of bounds.
So we'll see what they choose to do here. Inside the 5. That defensive line has been stout all night. Rangers looking for a big goal line stand. Sampson, pressure in his face, runs forward, wrapped up, taken down. He won't get in. Second down and goal coming for the Mustangs.
That looked like a hold there on that initial rush. Yeah, that running back had a hold of Rendell pretty hard that didn't get called, but oh well.
Sampson looking a little gassed out there as he's been running for his life the whole drive. Takes the snap, throws to the end zone, too high for his receiver, incomplete. TJ Waters in coverage.
More great pressure by the Ranger wrecking crew there. Forces him to throw it early and high.
Third and 3. No doubt they'll be going for it if they can't get in here. But the Rangers playing some very good defense inside the 5.
And we got the booth shaking again. Crowd making some noise here.
Sampson takes the snap, throw, end zone. Reed Olson knocks it away.
Nice play. Going for the ball, no chance of getting called for PI. Great play by Reed Olson there.
The secondary has been lights out all night long, except for those hitches.
Which it looks like they've taken them out of the playbook, as Caleb said they should be in there all of the time.
That's very true. 4th and 3, Rangers trying to pull off a huge goal line stand.
I gotta say that Howie Johnson is really keyed up for this one. He's gonna be in that backfield. Double team going his way.
Timeout, Rangers.
Timeout, Forest Lake. Their second of the half.
Are you guys surprised they haven't tried to run it all? Outside, inside the 5 here?
Well,
the outside runs have been the only thing that's really worked for them all night.
I think that was the outside run, and we called the timeout knowing that. They had an extra lineman brought out as a tight end in that one to double team Howie. And I would say that B-Scout saw that, called the timeout, get something drawn up a little bit better.
So we'll see what the Mustangs decide to counter with.
A lot of the times you're going to see the offense target the wide side of the field, flat, short. If this is going to be a pass play, they were rolling out before the timeout was snapped. There's going to be a sprint out left, thrown to the flat. Could be the same play, just without the motion.
Crowd getting into it again. 4th and 3 for the Mustangs. Sampson drops the pass, throw across the middle, caught, touchdown. Mustangs, they're on the board. Took them 4 hard-fought plays to do it.
And nearly 4 quarters
to get on the board.
But
Mustangs will go for 2. Rangers with a chance to stomp out any sniff of momentum the Mustangs may have gotten off of that drive here.
They make this the 2-possession game.
it does, but we were talking about the war of attrition, and that clock just keeps continuing to run.
Sampson taking it himself, diving for the end zone, and he gets in to put the 2 on the board, 24-8.
Big hit on the end of that.
That was the exact play that they had called before the timeout. Coach called a different play after the timeout just because the reason Forslick took the timeout was to game plan with that play. Good coaching by Mounds View to switch it up, and then they have that play in their back pocket that they go to for the 2-point conversion.
Yep. Randall just missed him on.
You see the play design was perfect. Number 16 was the hitch pick route completely. I didn't get a number of who he knocked off, but if the quarterback would have been able to get out of the pocket, it would have been free money for the Mustangs.
So I got to assume an onside kick is coming here from Moundsview. They're lined off way off center.
Rangers hands team is in there. We got Lashinsky. Reed Olson, and Mitch Long. Yep, Mitch Long down on here. It looks like far side. Short takes a big hop.
Lashinsky.
That was
Bushinsky.
Is that Bushinsky or Mitch Long?
No, that was. Oh yeah, that was Mitch Long. My bad. Mitch Long picking that one out of the air, getting down on it. So Ranger offense on now. Nice sustained drive, run this clock out, and come away with the 2nd victory of the season.
That's exactly kind of what you want out of an onside kick. It took a big second hop and kind of jumped that line there. Looks like the Rangers coming out in heavy formation. Pats are up the middle for 11-12.
Very good gain.
We'll just call this road grader formation, I think.
Trying to get the hot spot back up.
DeMonso, the linebacker, playing both ways, playing the lead blocker there.
First and 10 Rangers. Pats are up the middle again, gain of 6. Stillwater up on Eastridge right now, 28-20. Buffalo coming back on Park Cottage Grove, 39-28. The Lakeville North, Lakeville South clash tied at 21 apiece. And Egan knocks off Rosemount tonight, 17-6. Patzer again with the ball, pushing himself closer and closer to that first down.
Who's our RB2? Do we have one? I feel like they should be in.
I believe that would be Bishinski.
Yeah, Bashinsky, he's kind of their
got-
our H-back, not wing-back kind of guy.
Not entirely sure who would be coming in after Patzer. Third and 1. Rangers trying to get another first down and put this game away. Handoff, Patzer going outside, and he's going to be stopped. Moundsview will use a timeout with 1:51 left. 4th and 1. We'll see what the Rangers decide to draw up here.
I give a lot of credit to the Moundsview coaching staff and they're just players in general. If you think about it, it's 4th and 1. If they stop and go down, pending an onside kick, I know it's a long shot, but given this game, how it was going in the first half, if you were to tell me that it was 8-24 in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left and Moundsview had a chance to go down and score and have the potential of tying the game up, I would have not given them a chance at all. So
I'm really not gonna say that they have the time to do that. Moundsview's not
a
showing
minute
the,
50.
It's been 1:50, but
They'd have to connect on some pretty long balls.
they have to connect on some long balls.
I didn't say it was
And
going to happen. The chances are very unlikely. But I said given the opportunity that it could happen, I would not have said it was a chance of getting to this point.
road grader formation here.
Pitch out to Patzer. First down and more. They will get a penalty in the backfield, and I think they're going to call holding.
Forced out of bounds by Mustangs for the Mustangs.
So will that be a 4th and 6 now? Pending the call.
Holding. Offense number 8. Yard.
Looks like Bashinsky.
They get him a little farther back. 4th and 11.
Punt team's coming in.
So they'll try and pin him back. Well-placed punt here could be huge. Beeskow not agreeing with that call whatsoever.
Moundsview bringing in their 2 returners.
Hitler the punt. Win on Langford deep for the Mustangs.
Moundsview completely. They got too many on the field here.
Going for the big rush.
Punt
Gets
is
it
away.
off.
That's going to drop.
And that's going to take a forced leg bounce. Looks like it's going to be about at the 7-8 yard line.
Good punt by Goodwin.
Especially when you take into consideration the pressure he was facing as well.
Yeah. It was a good job by his front 3 to spin those guys to the outside and give them a lane to kick that with.
The Moundsview student section has started to leave the building.
Could have left a long time ago.
Wow. Wow. You were just saying they had a chance.
I'm just being mindful of their time.
You were just saying they had a chance. Come on now.
A chance. Do you know what a chance
Oh, this
means?
could be a safety. Oh.
Sampson able to get away, and that quick hitch route down closer to the sticks. Rangers almost had 2 extra points on the board.
Reed Olson forces him out of bounds.
Looks like they dropped Howie Johnson back into coverage.
2nd down and 3 to go.
Oh, nope. Wow, he did run that down from the backside.
Quick pass over the middle.
Nice tackle there. Kobe Christensen came up big with quick tackle.
Moundsview trying to do what they can with the amount of time they got left. Another quick one over the middle, but those quick ones over the middle are eating a lot of time. Timeout Roseville? Or Roseville, Moundsview.
It's like, wow, they're calling that one in from calling it in from Roseville. All right.
Forest Lake student section has begun to disembark down to the gate.
Ready
to celebrate with their
charge the field.
Fellow classmates that are going to take this to 2-0 or 2-1 with the homecoming game against White Bear, and the battle for the paddle is back next week.
Looks like it was Stars and Stripes night tonight.
Yeah, I believe it was. I believe Forest Lake does that every year the week of 9/11.
Ah.
I think that's what that was all about. Second down for the Mustangs. 45 seconds left to go in the game. Sampson takes the snap. Rangers good rush. Caught across the middle, and Howie Johnson making the tackle 20 yards downfield.
That's twice now he's missed the rush and then turned back and been involved in the play. Ooh, Gunnar Johnson in the center, kind of good. Oh, Howie Johnson
having none of
going
that.
in. Let's not make any stupid mistakes. It's a good job there by Howie to get Gunnar down and get him out so he can go calm down. We don't need any stupid mistakes at the end of a game.
Pats are over there to calm him down on the bench. Sampson takes a snap. Pressure coming again. Throws out to the sideline. Rangers able to keep him in bounds.
Didn't look like he got the first down.
Timeout Moundsview. I believe that is their third and final.
21.3 seconds left.
(24-8). Rangers with a great performance last week. A great performance this week as well. Defense being the backbone of the team so far this season.
Good job by Patzer and his teammates over there calming Gunnar down. Looks like the guy said something to him. Gunnar didn't like it. Just good competition, but they're just like, man, look at the scoreboard. We just got to calm down, look at the scoreboard. You don't want to do anything that can get you flagged or suspended for next week. Just, Gunnar, you played a great game tonight. Come back. We'll run it back next week.
3rd and 5. Rangers send the house. Good job of Sampson getting out of there. Throw downfield. He's got an open receiver. Kobe Christensen there to make the tackle for the Rangers. He gets out of bounds, stops the clock with 10 seconds left. Moundsview might, with maybe 1 or 2 plays, depending on getting tackled in bounds or not, may have a chance at making this loss not look quite as bad.
Yeah, I'm going to say they got 1 shot at this. 10 seconds is a lot. They're taking a lot of time dropping back. It's, 3 to 4 seconds on the drop back.
Especially with him having to roll out from the Ranger pressure.
Right.
Rangers bring 4. Sampson
going deep.
Chucks one to the end zone. Nearly intercepted.
All right. Got
get
five,
one more
five
at
to
it.
go. We'll get one more shot.
TJ Waters could have picked that one off. That would have been a great cap to a fantastic night for him in coverage.
Johnson on the defense for your Rangers.
Five seconds to go. Let's go into the end zone. We'll drop the safeties back. Quick pass. They tried to do something special, but it's not going to work. TJ Waters makes the stop, and that is the end of your ball game. Rangers take the win over Mounds View, 24-8.
All right. Good turnaround of the season. You know, coming back, winning the last two. Great showing here by the defense. So what do you think the keys to the game were there, sir?
The defense for sure. I mean, the defense put our offense in great positions all night to make quick, easy scores. And then the offense being able to capitalize on most of that field position, I would say, is number two. But a key to next week, I think, will definitely be the health of our quarterback and where he's at after a week of staying off that ankle.
Absolutely. We hope and wish him well, for sure. And hope it's not anything too serious. It did look a little nasty.
I'm glad that he's on crutches and putting any sort of weight on it. From the replay that I saw, I thought that baby was busted.
Yeah,
his foot looked like it was in a very awkward position when he was laying on his back, but I think he may have just kind of let it go limp there for a second.
And if it would have been broke, they would have taken him off the sideline.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
We'll hope it's.
I mean, you know he wants to play against his old school next week.
Yeah,
so.
you know that's a big thing, but you know it's also one of those things that you come back too early.
We need you for the rest of the season.
We need you
as
for
much
the rest
as
of
we
the
need
season,
you next week. So, yeah. Oh, you guys got anything else to wrap it up with?
No,
Caleb's
I
good.
mean I think our defensive coordinators did a great job sending pressure and switching up. We're going to send it and we're not. Mm-hmm. Also rushing three. Howie Johnson, Gunnar Johnson, and Nate Schleif there got a lot of pressure with just rushing three. So that that makes a huge difference, especially when you can drop your linebackers back into coverage. It kind of really helped out and took away a lot of those hitch routes that Caleb was talking about that were there in the first half and then weren't there in the second half.
Yep, definitely agree. Well, we will see you right back here on the same stream next week against the White Bear Lake Bears homecoming game. Let's pack the seats as much as it was packed tonight.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to get here a little earlier because I don't want to.
I don't want to walk as far as I'm going to have to walk after I get out of here tonight.
All right, well, I'm Joel Geist, and it looks like Caleb packed it.
Caleb packed up already. He's headed out. But we will see you next week. Thank you to Paul, Jill, the rest of the LATV staff here.
Also to our sponsors, and make sure you like and subscribe. We didn't do that. Make sure you like and subscribe to have it pop up next week in case we don't have the stream up right away. It'll recommend it right away if we have to switch it again. So make sure to like and subscribe, hit that bell on the side, and thanks to all the sponsors that
run during halftime.
So
All right. We'll talk to you next week.